It's a bit of a surprise. Wonder if people still get notifications that live is on. We'll see about that, huh? I don't think people get too much notifications about live anymore, huh? Hello, darling. How are you? 안녕하세요. Hola. Hi from Sydney. Oh, interesting. So you still get notifications, do we? Beautiful. Hola, te amo. Hello. Guten Tag. Guapo. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? I know this is a bit of a surprise. I know sometimes I jump on live and I don't really announce it, but it's just, sometimes I like it a little bit more discreet and stuff, but whoever comes in, I guess. Say on. That's what, every time I come in live, it's like a habit now, eh? Good morning, everybody. How are you? Or good night, or good afternoon, wherever you are. How is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing amazing. I've been doing great myself. I'm just in the process of making this album, Oni-chan. So good night. I love seeing you guys too. What was I going to say? Yes. So I've been really busy just trying to finish this album. It's getting closer and closer, guys. I can feel it. And this album is going to be something that I think will be extremely something that I'll be proud of. And I promise you guys, like, the content that's going to come out with this album is like, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. Like, the stuff that we have in store for this. Sorry, my hair's really like long now, so I can't really control it. But I'm trying to grow my hair out for this this concept, for this Ian concept. And it's been quite the journey with my hair, because it's so long. I'm not sure if you know that it's not even like curling back, and my sideburns literally look like a fucking vine. So I can't wait for you guys to hear this album. It's gonna be something that I think is gonna blow people's minds. I certainly have never done the style to this extent. I'm pushing myself, trying to get this to be the most perfect it can be. It has to be everything. And I want this not just to be my favorite album. I want this to be everyone's favorite album out there. And hopefully when it comes out, you guys are gonna sing along, for when I do shows with this. Speaking of, I think it'll be so cool to tour with this album. That's what I kind of wanted to do. I wanted to really tour with this album. And like, that would be so amazing, because I think we already have ideas into the talks of doing something like that. But we're gonna put our special twist to it. So guys, save your money, right? Save your money for this album's tour, because I promise you it's gonna be something that you don't want to miss. I don't have too much tours left in me, so I feel like, give or take, it's gonna be probably around my second last tour. I just think I'm not gonna say it, I'm not gonna cement it. So that being said, as I release these final few albums, I just want to spend as much time as I can with my fans out there. And I think it would be amazing if you guys can come and just, what type of genre are the songs? So this album's genre is more based on rock, and like the thing is, I'm always a rock kid. Like I've always loved rock, and I grew up listening to all types of genres of rock because I was in the scene, and I even had a little band back in the days. So I really do want to go back to my roots. Xin chào, xin chào. Don't worry, my money is yours. No. So I don't have to go ham with it. Just enough to buy the tickets. But yeah, I promise it's gonna be well worth it. But rock has multi genres. As you know, there's alternative, there's fusion. Obviously, in the broad list of things, I love mixing. So because I love mixing and I love, as we call it, style bending. It's going to be something that I think will blow people's away. I think it would just be. I know for a fact my favorite few songs are in this album, and I don't know. I just I was recording a song recently, and I don't know. I was just, for some reason, I love you too, love. Do you pay in installments? I don't know. I don't know if you're joining the military. Oh my goodness. Good luck to you, and thank you for your services. And we hope you're the best. So when you come out, don't worry. Everything's gonna be good. Somebody said they're gonna sell their kidney. Don't do that. I know we can somehow survive on one, but two is always better. Morning, Sayang. Good morning. When will the announcement of the album and the tour be? So by the looks of it, I feel like the album might be coming out next year, sometime next year. So not the latter half, hopefully the early half, which is gonna be like maybe April-ish. I don't know, May. But mind you, it requires so much. Like it requires so much attention, and it requires so much planning and for what I'm about to do with this album. I swear to what I'm about to do with this album, I'm gonna go balls to the wall, and I'm just gonna go in deep with this, and I'm giving it so much, like, the attention I've never ever given any of my albums before. I'm going to just rip one, not like, sorry, that sounded weird. Not rip a fart, but I'm just gonna rip one in the legacy of Dpr, and I think, with that being said, I wanted to do these shows and stuff like that, and I realized I didn't do enough shows in certain cities last time, but I promise you guys, when I get the chance, I'll try bringing out the team and everyone. But this album's gonna be such a unique one. I can't wait. Like, I can't stop talking about it with the team. I know I start talk about it on live and stuff as well. But yeah, my hair is freaking long as hell. Hola. So is there any turning point for this album? What inspires you for this album? A huge turning point. This album to me is the biggest turnaround in my life. Actually, it was the album that made me decide to keep doing DPR. I don't know if I told this to anyone, but like in the midst of the last tour, I think I was on the fence, and I was about to just fold DPR. I was about to quit it. Just for a lot of reasons. But like, I had the team behind me, and everyone included in the team, they really pushed me for showing me that to them this is like their life as well. And when I see that, it's like, it felt like I wasn't alone. So it gave me the strength to go pick up and do Cream and Arctics, and Arctics and Cream solo one, and now this album. So this album is about Ian, and I don't know how your hair grows so fast. I think we all know why. It's because I eat a lot of protein. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this album. I think I'm going to Malaysia soon. Fact. Anyway, I forgot. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So this album is about Ian, and it's funny because ironically, I've had so many albums that had the name Mido or Insanity, and it was never about Ian. But this album should bring forth to the light, like I was saying in an interview somewhere, not an interview, like I was talking about my team, and this album is the representation of pretty much what before Mido and Insanity existed. Who was Ian? Like, who was it? Like, who was I? What did I like? How was I? Where did Mido and Insanity come from? And it comes from Ian. And to show you that experience, and you hear the moments where Mido is born, and you see the moments where Insanity was born. You kind of feel it in this spectrum of a sound, but this not just the sound, but what I'm going to do with this visually is, like, you already know, I'm a director before I'm an artist, so I wanted to change tides with that. I wanted to make a statement, and I wanted to really show the world that I can make just as compelling songs as I do for my videos. And I really, really went to town with this. I can't. And so basically you'll understand Ian more. That's correct. But at the same time, it will give you insight into, insight into me. Insight into the genre that I'm trying to bend into eventually, and eventually kind of hit a pocket where like the multi-spectrum of all of these things that we do is gonna be something that is very vividly aligned with DPR. Papa in the City. Oh shit! Yeah, I was bad. I thought Papa Sito was that. My bad. Happy New Year, guys. So with that being said, Happy New Year's. I know it's a pretty crazy year last year. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about my album. And I know it was a pretty crazy year last year, but to everyone that's made it thus far, congratulations. And guys, this year's your year. Trust me, everything's gonna work out this year. And every stepping stone, every struggle, every trouble that you go through is a part of your growing process. So somebody said they're gonna sell feet pics so they can go. I thought about that too, but just because it'd be nice to have some spare change here and there. But I don't know really how much feet pictures sells. I don't think people will like to buy that. Come to Jakarta, I will. This year is yours, thank you. I'll be waiting for you in Peru with your Inca Cola. Thank you so much. I love Inca Cola. Did I tell you? I was so surprised that Inca Cola was yellow. And the minute I started sipping it, I couldn't stop drinking it. So it was a life changer, because I think when I was in Peru and I was walking the Inca Trail, I went there twice, and it kind of they sell these sodas in like these little villages along the way, and I couldn't get enough of it. Like, it was just something that I really liked. Come back to Chile, I will. And Guatemala, I will too. I love you. I love you too. So let me see. Sorry, I was making a song, and just don't mind me. I'm just gonna. So I just want to leave this on, and maybe you could. There's a helicopter. I have a little plant sticking out here. Don't mind me, guys. You guys just catch. You know, you guys do your popcorn and get whatever you need to get. What the heck is going on? Sorry, I was. Dun, 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 dun. Hi from Ecuador. Hola. Papacito is here. Love is war and war is a weakness. So cut that shit and take me for one last. Sorry, I'm just because right now I'm doing I'll switch cameras. So doing this right now. I'm just recording, as you can see. Oh fuck. Fuck. So. Oh shit. I shouldn't have. Have I seen this Honghua video? Yeah, I love that shit. Oh my god. By the way, speaking of, you know, Honghua sent me the video too when he dropped it, Skin, and I was mesmerized. I was so blown away. Like, he does it so much better than anyone that I've known and anyone that can do that. And you know, I truly think it's because you know, when I say everyone has like a bit of a motto in them, but you know, like, I think the reason why I really resonate with Honghua is because he shares the same type of expression and darkness that I can relate to, and he transforms it in a way where it really resonates, and you can see that it's so raw and it's so real that it just hits, like, you know. And you know, that's like, I like applaud him because that is something that you should absolutely congratulate him on. And you know, him getting to even the place he is. So, you know, like, all props to that dude. And he's truly an artist, as I see it. He's really an artist. And if you haven't, go check it out. It's Honghua Skin. And you know, I just, yeah, like, the dude looks sexy as hell. So, you know, so, you know, how can you not like it, you know? So yeah, go, please check it out. And you know, you guys do amazing. And I know someone has a lot of good-hearted fans that support him, you know, when he's going down. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that he goes through that he probably doesn't tell you guys or anybody else for that fact. But you know, with that being said, you know, I just wanted to thank you guys for just being there for him as well, you know, because I think he does see those messages and he sees the support. That's why he's able to do what he's doing. So, you know, so yeah, big shout outs to him and ATs because they're amazing. But yeah, 이거 보면 윙크 하시더라고요. 저 윙크 봤어요. 윙크 안 해도 되죠. Yeah, so oh yeah, you know what? Like, you know, the Spotify messages that you get at the yearly Wrapped, and you know, you get them from only the top. If you have me as a top artist, I know I haven't Aussie, or yeah, that's gonna get my ADHD up. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So the whole Spotify thing, Wrapped thing, I haven't released anything in a year or 2 years. So I'm excited to really release this album because I know that's going to change a lot of people's Spotify's top listeners list. I bet you anything. All right. So that's how confident I am. But sorry, I'll just don't mind me. I was trying to finish this. Sorry, I butchered that. 모자 있어? Jin? Trying to read this. So I might have to wear a hat. My hat's... Estoy emo. If I wear my glasses, do you see the reflection off of this? I guess you do. So I guess I can't do that. Dreamers are super excited. I guarantee you guys... I guarantee you guys, after this album, get ready to welcome new dreamers, all right? And when they do, please welcome them. And I can't wait to perform these songs in front of you guys. I just can't wait. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, Jin to the rescue. 근데 모자 쓰면 더 이상한가? Would you like Vietnamese fans to teach you new Vietnamese phrases? Yes, I do. You know what? I will learn better when I hear you guys say it, as opposed to like me trying to pronounce it. Because I do butcher it a lot. So, excuse me for doing that. I have a wait. I was trying to remember what I had. Please add Philippines to the next. So I did love Philippines. I really did. And I really loved what we ate there. We ate lechon. That was great. Ringing in my ears. You kept my secrets just so you can leak them. Love is war and war is weakness. So cut the shit and take me for one last spin. Is that right? Just so you can leak them. Love is war and war. You are gonna be blown away. This is, by the way, this song is like I've already have a lot of songs that I've already determined the songs that are gonna be in the album. But I'm doing extra songs for possibly like a deluxe version. So you know how they have like it's like songs that didn't make it to the album, but like sucks that if it's not in the album, like it won't go anywhere else. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna put all the songs in the deluxe. I don't know if I'm gonna. You're allowed to reveal that, isn't it? Am I not allowed to reveal that? How the fuck do you do this? I'm actually so damn impressed on how the world is tuning out. Thank you for considering me a sanity spot. But no, you're right. The world really is. As I say, I think the world is in cleansing mode and it's filtering out all the evil, and it's doing its duty as the world does. But it's unfortunate with a lot of these things that are happening, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. So all I could really say to everybody is, I hope everyone finds a means to keep their peace. Don't let a lot of things deter you from what you have to do and focusing on what you have to do. It's going to be tough, but I always say, if you have the power to give what you choose to give power to. So I always thought, in the most craziest times of our lives, it's always going to be a true test and a true testament to how you handle things in the long run and how people around you will handle things too. So I hope for whatever reason, you find a ground and you find an anchor, and for what it's worth, we'll always be here too. So I hope you find comfort in that too. You're always welcome here. You shaved this? I did shave my mustache. I didn't shave anything else. Sorry. Is it going to be another tour after you release the album? Yeah, I was speaking of that. I think I would love to tour this album. 야, 이거 안 돼. I think I would love to tour this album. Yeah, 100%. I think if anything, because I know I don't have enough. I don't have a lot of tours left in me. Like, I know I don't have too much left in me. My gas is running out. So I might, like these last few tours or two, so these last few that's June, by the way. So these last few tours are gonna be like my all. I'm just gonna give it my all. Not like I didn't give it my all last time, but I am. And like hopefully it's gonna be something that would carry you even in your darkest times, and it will be like such a good memory or a good experience that you've always had. So yeah, people, you're asking about vinyls. I think my first, I'm gonna try to do vinyls for this album. It's gonna be my first vinyls, and I don't know how much we can make, but this is gonna be. I'll try doing vinyls for my other albums too, but I think this album's gonna be very vinyl. Wouldn't you say, June?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
I'm buying one too.
What do you think about the album so far? I mean, he's the only one that's heard it so much. Yeah, he's the only one that's like really been here all the time listening to the making of it. What's your take on it?
I'm spending my own money to buy it.
Yeah. What? No, you don't have to do that. You could get the,
But best album so far.
Best album so far.
Personally, yeah.
Personally, yeah. Ah, shit. I mean, you heard it, yeah? So, and it's not just him, it's everyone, I even had people that, even if they're in my team, they're not like a fan of me or anything, right? They don't listen to my music and shit. But after this album, they started going down the rabbit hole of going down my discography. I'm like, what? You never even fucking heard this album before? It's like, no. I'm like, so see, that's what you have to do. You have to convince your team that, your music is doable for them too. So, you gotta break that bias, So, I'm happy that I'm doing that. Singapore, I'd love to go to Singapore. I was thinking about going to Singapore not too long ago because I wanted to just go there and run in the streets because I love the environment for that. And it was very nice, it was like how I remembered it. Colombia, I'd love to go to Colombia, man. I've never, I honestly, like, that's one of the places that I really, really want to go. Peru loved you. I love Peru too. I love Colombia too. So yeah, I think I want to try doing something a little different for this album, in terms of packaging as well. But I have I have people helping me on that. Dreamers genuinely. How does Ian see your comment? I saw it. Would you plan to visit Bolivia? You know what? I've been to Bolivia once, and I really loved it. Like, I really love Bolivia, and I went into the town center and everything, and I had some great food there. From Bolivia, I went to Cerro de Uyuni, which was the salt lakes. That was so beautiful, and I'll never forget that. I think that's one of my top favorite #1 moments in my life. You look really cute in Vancouver, Canada. Is there any specific reason why? Will Monsters in the Closet be in the deluxe album? Here's the thing. I don't know what's going to be in the deluxe. I think, as of now, I know. So 99% of the songs have been confirmed to be in the album. And I'm gonna start teasing and promoting. Leading up to it, we are going to try uncovering a huge documentary based on this, and in that documentary I'm going to be as real as I get. we've changed a little bit of the directions in how we do reality as well, and Josh and John is on that, but we are technically taking a new stance on just going balls to the wall. I know I keep saying that, but I don't want to hold back anymore. Like I'm here to really show everyone what really does go on behind the scenes, drama or not. It's just gonna be something that I don't care. Like it's just gonna be something that people need to know. I know. Can you say hi to me? Your name's Chris. Oh, it's quite similar, but without the H. Really looking forward to it. I see Brazilians are in the chat today. We get a documentary too. You're gonna get. You see, my train of thought is this documentary is gonna be what amplifies people's interest for the album. You're fired after 7 years. Don't worry, love. That wasn't for you. It was meant to be. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But sometimes, this universe and God has a way of introducing you to certain moments, pivotal moments, that would alter your life for the better, I hope. But everything that happens really does happen for a reason, and sometimes we might not see it. It's always going to be a blessing in disguise, a silver lining, as we say. So who knows? If you think about what now you have that time, now you can do whatever you want. Go for it. Yes. So vinyl. You like me more than Mexican food? I doubt that. I really do. Hello, hope to see you in England. You know what? Of course, we're gonna go back to England. Gonna do a few shows there, especially in Europe. We're just gonna try doing a lot of stuff out there, especially with Cream and Arctic. Cream and Arctic have been helping me so much with this album that I'm really, really blessed to have them. I really am. Yep. I don't know if the documentary comes out before the album. I think maybe. We'll have to talk this about. I'd have to talk about this with Josh and Jono. What time is it over here? I'm not too sure. Right. Oh, 5:18. I'm leaving soon. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm going overseas. Is language a barrier? I think more than the language, I think it's the culture that sometimes is a barrier. So even if you learn the language to the T, you got to understand the expressions, and the expressions come from culture. For example, we express things very differently in Korea, even if we have the same lingual system, or the expressions are a bit different. And it's 저녁 메뉴요. 저녁 메뉴는 저녁 메뉴는 감자튀김. 모르겠네. Music videos and the documentary is two different things. Yes. Have I grown stronger? I hope so. No, I know so. You can't say hope. You say you got to say you just know so. Even if you don't think you really do. Self-talk is everything. So, I think I am in the midst of getting stronger, and in order for you to get stronger, you need to be torn down time and time. And it's a shitty thing, but it happens to the best of us. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, love. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your boyfriend's birthday too. Happy birthday, Lewis. Happy birthday, Lewis. You have an amazing girlfriend. She's giving you amazing shout outs. So super happy for the lot of you. Hermosa. I'm trying to read what it is. What's your process for coming up with your sound? I absolutely love how you mix. So for me, I take a lot of attention to detail in sound. But I just love layers. So for me, my inspiration from sound comes from a very progressive background. I love the essence of layering. They say less is more, but with the right amount of more, it's also good. So for me, I love layering, and I love essentially I think it's also what I do in my music videos. So I take the approach of building and climax and all of that. But I don't think the climax is I don't think the climax is important if you don't have a good build up. So for me, music and music videos and when I edit and everything like that really comes from this idea of building a good build up, and in order to do that you have to have a good intro. So everything is step by step, putting you into a trance and a journey. So I guess it's the journey stance of a lot of these things. A tree bark gets the strongest, the stronger the wind gets. It does, and I completely agree. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, with that being said, hope no one's dying, or hope no one's thinking of doing that, because you're more valued than you think, and it would be such a waste. You might think you know it, and you might think, nah, this is it, but no, you have to give yourself a chance. Otherwise, it's not fair to you. I'm not going to say it's not fair to anybody else, but I'm just going to say it's going to be not fair to you, You and your songs are my safe place. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. That means so much. If that could be a source of safe haven for you, then I'm doing my job correctly. Greetings from Mexico again. Te amo, yes. I hope. Are you going to change your hairstyle? So what's happening is I'm growing out my hair, so later we can style it. Like, we have more options to style. Does that make sense? So we are going to. I'm going to grow my hair out, and I am going to keep it long for this concept, for this album, because it's going to look fucking sick. Not my hair necessarily, but the concept. Maybe the hair too. Oh, that's too much. My songs made you recover faith in music? No, my songs alone can't do that. But if it did, then oh my god, I'm so honored. There's amazing people, amazing artists, amazing songs in this world, and I know how it can get a little jaded. And I'm not saying I'm that good as well, but I'm trying to restore the idea of depth. So. I know a lot of these songs these days are very gimmicky, and I know that there's a good purposes and good audience for that, but I'm just the type of person, I guess, when I do art or music or anything in general, that I try to look for the depth of how people feel, and I really want to express that and explore that, just because I think I'm myself a little bit like attuned to that as well, and. For me, if it's not real, it's not even worth doing. It's my code, I guess. How many songs will you put on the album? Now that's a good idea. I mean, not a good idea. It's a good question. I've been going back and forth about this, by the way, because it is. I'm gonna give it to you like this. This album is gonna be a full-length album. Let's just say I'm gonna keep you guys occupied for this year. Come to Venezuela. I would love to, babe. I would love to go to Venezuela. What months does I've been talking about this before, but the album I think will come out not next year. Oh my god, we're already next year. This year, early this year. But not in like the early stages. Maybe in the middle early stages. Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna fucking love it. Like you know what I mean? Like, how many music videos? Come on, you know me. If you've been with me thus far, you know me, and I'm gonna outdo my last ones. Spring. Hello, baby. I thought I was 2025 still, so I was Getting confused. My bad. Will I dye my hair again? You know, my hair can't take a good dye. You know, it like comes all. My hair just goes all over the place. Do you think we'll ever hit Midnight Highway in the future? It's a very big possibility. And it's a very big possibility that you might hear it live too. 그건 저도요. 맞습니다. 저도요. This album, more than anything, has proved to me to be something that I needed to do for myself as well. Hence, which is why it's called Ian. But it was an album that I think I needed to show myself in order for me to continue to be an artist. Otherwise, I think I would have quit. Did you eat yet? No, I didn't. I will eat though. Alexia. Hello, Alexia. Your sister asked me to make a greeting for you, so hello, love. Hope you're doing well. You know, I think you have a lovely sister. You know, has you and her thoughts. So yeah. 사랑합니다. Have you tried corn on the cob? Yes, but from Mexico. Yes, I have. I love the Peruvian cobs as well, the corns. And they have like really black ones, like these really giant black ones. Those are really good. S-O-C-K-S. S-O-C-K-S. Someone told me to spell socks really fast because it sounds Spanish, and it kind of does. S-O-C-K-S. I don't know what it means, but you know. And wish you so much health and good luck. Thank you. I wish everybody a good luck, especially because it is a new year, new resolutions. You know, hope you guys have an amazing time. So you have bipolar 2. Well, as I say, you know, you're probably gonna feel like at first it's gonna be tough to deal with, but as I say, it's something that you should also believe that it is your superpower, because it does enable you to be a lot more toned, a lot more sensitive and intuitional about things. It will get lonely just because people won't understand it, and sometimes that's all you need from somebody. And mind you though, there's gonna always be people that have you in their best interest, even if it might not be the answer you're looking for. So, you know, that's something I had to learn the hard way. Sorry, I dropped something. But, you know, if anything, you're welcome here. And as long as I can stay doing this, and as long as it could help you and make you feel seen, then I'm, you know, more than happy to be doing this. And, you know, this next album, I know I keep going back to this album, but this next album is gonna be the pinnacle of what it is for everybody. You know, in this album, I'm not holding back. I'm also gonna show you what it sounds like to feel manic. I'm gonna also show you what it sounds like to feel low. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like to feel like you want to release something, and you know, you were begging to release it and scream, and it's just gonna be, I think, yeah, it's gonna be like a releasing album. 캘리포니아에서 토요일에 다시 공연할 생각이 있냐고요? 토요일에 공연 있어요? Would I do post-punk? What if I've done it already? No. If you could describe this album using one color, what would it be? Oh, that's a very good, not tricky, but a very good question. Just because I can't reveal the identity of the color for this album. I know that it makes you feel. You know. Do I like Vietnamese girls? Yes, I love Vietnamese girls. Vietnamese girls are very pretty and they're very strong and cute, right? But they're very strong, as what I mean is like they're very independent, but they're very like, I have a few Vietnamese friends, not like girlfriends, but like friends that are girls, and they are the most, what would I say in Korean? Like very loyal, but very like they would have your back no matter what, you know. So, you know, of course, I have a really soft spot for them, and they're very lovely people. So, let's book a hotel together. That sounds like a song name. I love you so much. I would share my Inca Kola with you. Now that's how I know you love me. Because if you're willing to share Inca Kola with somebody, and you're willing to go to the extent of it, you know. Las Mananitas for my birthday. Dream of you singing Las Mananitas. Okay, well I'll go check that out. 오빠는 진짜 진짜 개멋있고 잘생김. 아니에요. 아 근데 감사해요. 그런 말 해줘서 고마워요. 제가 약간 그런 칭찬을 어떻게 받아들이는지 잘 몰라서 좀 어색한 것 뿐입니다. 근데 감사합니다. Could you recommend me a song? I can. I just don't know the. Oh no, I do. Okay. Oh my goodness, I was listening to. I like any song, any album from Electric Light Orchestra. That is really great. I love Living Thing by Electric Light Orchestra. That's a good song. And Telephone Line. I mean, that's, you know, I know it's pretty old, but you know, it's a vibe. You always come to Brazil on my birthday. Hey, maybe I'll go to Brazil on your birthday this time. I want to thank you for your music. You know, discovered and I love your music. It helped me a lot with my anxiety and depression. Thank you, love. And you know what? Congratulations for going through with it, and you know, just picking yourself up. And I know it gets hard, and I say this time and time. It sucks because you know it's something that people won't really correlate to unless they are in your shoes, and even in that, you wouldn't wish somebody to be in those shoes. But even so, you know, you are the strongest soldier, because that is literally like you're doing that and you're going through life. Come on, you know. Your music really understand. Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of these today, and you know I truly appreciate that. You know, and it's getting me more and more excited for this album, because like if you guys felt that, like if you guys felt whatever you guys felt from the last album, this album is gonna be something that will just cement the style and cement the everything that you've been wanting to hear from me. And I can't wait because you know one of my most exciting things that I look forward to is you know taking this album and going like on like a little like doing shows with this album and having you guys pick your favorites. I mean, I reckon it's going to be hard for people to pick their favorites, but having you guys sing along with me to this song, because I'm going to make it a lot more like sing-alongable, you know what I mean? You'd love to hear some Spanish words. You know what? Maybe I'll put some Spanish words into it. You know, Papacito here and there. Yeah. I found out my dad is not my dad, and your music helps. Oh goodness, that would be quite the shocker. You know, with that being said, if your dad, I mean, I'm sure, you know, sometimes it's a little hard for parents to keep things from the kids, and you know, it's probably something that they know, and it probably hurts them to do so as well. But as I say, like, I know like people that might not sometimes realize that their mum or their dad might not be the real mum and the dad. But regardless, if you know, even in those conditions, like the mum and dad is like technically, if you're taking it as a title, it's just a blood correlation that makes them a mum and dad. But really, you know, mum and dad also extends to the idea of like who they are in your life, and if they were like that figure that you needed in your life, then technically that person could be a mum and dad too. So you know, but again, it must be a shocker, because you know, it's like there's so many questions that comes from that, you know. So I hope for whatever reason it is, you know, you find the best way to deal with it, and you know, you don't give yourself too much of a hard time either. Do you still b-boy? I haven't b-boyed in 10 years, 9 years. I do it every now and then. 제가 이 앨범 발매하고 한국에서도 공연을 해야 될 것 같아요. 해야 할 것 같아요. 해야 합니다. 네. Yes, family is the one you choose, not the one you're born into. You know. You inspired me to be a b-boy. Shit, man. I'm so happy to hear that. B-boy, like, here's the thing though. B-boying is gonna be always like, it's always gonna be a part of me. I'm not gonna like give that up. I'm just, you know, being the age that I am, it's a little hard. Like, you know, you do get it's literally break dance for me, you know. So, is the album a dark fantasy thing? It's not. I won't say it's a fantasy thing, but it does have dark elements to it. But it's you know what I mean. Knowing me, you know, it does have like a very, very strong conceptual essence to it. But it's not going to be like Insanity. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be very, very realistic based. But then the sub part to that is what would it take to break your reality? That's what the album is. You need my face on a vinyl, just like this. I don't know. I'll feel pretty intimidated. I'll try. You know, I see a lot of people asking me to write songs in their language. You know, not even an understanding how much I might butcher it. So I'll try. Yes. Thank you guys for existing. Did I watch Avatar? No, I did hear it's really good, so I might watch it when I'm in Korea or something. Please, today is my father's birthday. Please say something to your father-in-law. I just got that. So, hello, Dad. How you doing? You know, it was a pleasure to meet you, and you know, thank you for blessing me and the world with such a beautiful person. Would I get eyebrow piercings? You know what? I had eyebrow piercings when I was in high school, and I had one here, and I remember fainting when I got it because it was so like the blood. Because like apparently like there's a lot of blood that comes out of your eyebrows, and I fainted, and I asked the person like when they were gonna do it, and they're like, it's been 30 minutes. And I was like, oh shit. And I looked and I was like on the floor. I was like, oh my god. But anyway, yeah. It does, for me, it hurts because I'm a bit of a chicken shit. So like I shudder in pain. Oh my goodness. I'm really scared of the future. What if I don't succeed? What if I don't have a purpose? I'll tell you something. So sometimes we need to understand that you know, our life's purpose is not to look too far ahead. You know, because again, there's only so much that you can do to you know, go to that extent. There's like a very famous, there's a very famous, I don't know what you'd call it, like some philosophy where there was a Japanese master and a student, and the tale goes where it teaches you about self-discipline, self-control, and grounding. Right? It's something that I have a hard time too, because you know, for people, so if who here is a deep thinker? Like who here can't shut their thoughts off? I'd expect a lot of you. And for people like that, you know, they say you're too smart for yourself, because you analyze, you're over analytical, and based on that you might get paranoid and such. For me, I'm like that, so as we always have, and we always have a, like, here's the thing, we always have a hard time because we live inside our heads, right? A lot of the people that don't go into that depth, they live outside of their heads, meaning the physicality side of it, the outside world. The more you live inside your head, the more you will be prone to not really being present. And you hear this every time, being here, being now is the epitome of what's important to anyone's mental health. You can't really do anything about the future. You can do something about what you are doing now that will affect the future. So my advice is just look down at what you're doing, or what you're doing one at a time. It does come from the idea of people fear what's going to happen after. It's like this whole idea of like, you have too many thoughts in your mind. You have like your consciousness subdivides about 6-10 different things of what you're going to do, and you're cramming yourself, and all it takes is for you to just drop 9 of them and just focus on one, and it will make your life a whole lot easier. Trust me, if you live inside your head, you are going to have a hard time living outside of it. And technically we are here outside on the external as well. That's why they say working out, exercising is such a big medicinal almost therapy for people that have or struggle with a lot of mental disorders, or not even generally even people that have mental disorders, but people that just have a hard time being too over analytical, going over things. So they say working out is it breaks that exterior of that, because you are literally putting all that time and everything outside of your mind. And so I recommend workouts. I recommend running at least 30 minutes or to an hour a day. You can go at your own pace, but what I do is the minute I wake up, I don't think. I try not to, because the minute you think, the minute you grab your phone and you look and everything, then you've already stumped your morning and your day. Yes, have I dissociated? Yeah, I dissociate a lot. So I try to keep people that disassociate a lot. I guess your kryptonite would be straying off of schedule. And what I mean by that is you shouldn't give yourself like a hard schedule and you keep to that. But what I'm saying is a healthy schedule that you can stick to. It's not the idea of the schedule that keeps you healthy. It's the idea of you not breaking that commitment that will keep you aligned and not disassociate. And what I'm trying to say is people that disassociate often have a hard time because they have, for me anyway, okay, I'm just talking about personally, for me anyway, I feel like if I'm building something and then I let one thing go, I feel like I've pretty much jeopardized it and I give up. And when I give up, I go to all sorts of places. I just let go, technically. And the thing is, people say, like, when you let go, you can't, when somebody that has certain disorders and certain imbalances, when you're there, when you're already at the point of you letting go, there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna have to go through hell's door, I'm sorry, and you have to probably get back up after that. The real solution is you not getting to that point. So it's never about you getting there and then like, what do you do? No, it's like once you're there, then you just have to come out of it. You just have to go through it and you have to come out of it. But how do I get myself to not get there prior? And it's usually a lot of discipline. And what I mean by that is things that you would not naturally do, but you stick to a routine. Start small. It could be like, I'm gonna do 1 hour of running every day, and I'm gonna finish the night with a movie. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be things that would correlate into like having some type of like full effect, but the promises that you keep to yourself, the way that you have self-talk, it's going to mend a lot of your self-talk. People that have high insecurities and high levels of paranoia and anxiety is because we don't trust ourselves in our own thoughts. And the way we get over that is we find a system and we find a way to keep promises to ourselves. If you start off, here's the thing, like if you were to exchange like bodies with somebody, and you were after a month of exchanging, you have to go back to your body, you wouldn't, and if it was with somebody that you love, you wouldn't treat that body like any way you want. You would treat it with the utmost respect, and you would do things to probably elevate their health. And that's like what you would do. That's what you should so do to yourself. Songs are a banger. Calico is so goated. Hey brother, wait till you hear this new album. Like I'm gonna just say it. Like just thank you so much. But I can't wait for you to hear this new stuff, man. You're gonna fucking love it. If you love Ballroom, Nerves, Calico, if you love Nerves, Ballroom, Calico, and all of that stuff, you're gonna love this album. But anyway, as I was saying, routines are very important for people that are struggling with mental health. Keeping that routine is more important than half-assing the routine. You can do half-ass or whatever, but just keep that promise to yourself. And I promise you, gradually, day by day, week by week, month by month, it's gonna be something that you will be eventually proud of. It only takes I don't know how long it is, 90 days to habitualize something, but take it from me. If I notice your comment, you're going to be the happiest person. What was a tattoo on your? Yes, this was done in Peru. Yes. Oh, and Violet Crazy. Yes. But anyway, yes. So that's my 2 cents. What advice do you have for people that have a difficulty in socializing? Here's my thing. You don't have to. I think people have a hard time thinking about the pressure of needing to socialize, and mind you, it is important. But if you're having a hard time going out and you're a mad introvert, and let's say worst case scenario, you don't even have any friends, you have to maybe do the effort, do the deed to go out, and I mean not with safety measures, but still, it would be nice if you want that, you would have to also be willing and lenient to explore that. And like I don't. Here's the thing. I don't recommend like meeting people at clubs and all of that stuff. But if you have a hard time socializing, just start with maybe community groups that you want to go social. Like I'm sure you have your own hobbies and habits. Meeting people, I've always found meeting people while doing like the most like healthy hobbies were always something that was a good kickstart of finding some type of level of relatability is something that we can talk on, and that would always be a good kickstart to finding people that you can mingle around with, Yeah. But I mean, if it's a whole anxiety thing, like you don't have to feel the needs, and for people, some people they might not even want to do that, and you don't have to. That's the thing. There's no. You're not missing out. Yeah, for family and friends that have people or other family members or friends that have like any type of mental disorder, I salute you, because like we always say, a lot of the people that are struggling with mental disorders have it bad and everything, but it's a lot of the times what we feel is we feel bad about the people that deal with it. And you know, if it isn't for you guys, if it isn't for the people that are there holding these people that are struggling, and you know, usually it is the friends and family, they are the ones that help these people pull through. Take it from me personally. So, you know, your deeds and your works and your efforts, I know how hard it is, and I know sometimes you might not see the light of it, you know, every now and then, but it does make a difference. And as long as you know it makes a difference, I think that should be everything to you, you know. Am I up to date with the Chainsaw Man manga? Yeah, yes I am, but I haven't watched the movie yet. Yeah. People that have certain disorders and certain mental issues, you know, it's ironic because we want to be seen, we want to be understood, but that's the one thing that I always say is also not key in trying to have an expectation for. It's the one thing that it's like this. It's like a rare candy, and you're either gonna hit jackpot or not, and more times than not you're not gonna. So it takes a lot of time for somebody to understand you. It's gonna take a lot of time for someone to get you, but you can't be so demoralized and you can't be so disheartened if they don't get you the first, second, third, or fifth time, you know. But as long as you're willing to show them your improvement and your growth, they are willing to understand that, oh, it takes this much for this person to get better. So think for yourself, do you, and eat some ice cream. Anyway, guys, I do have to go back to singing this song, and I do have to go back to finishing this song. But with that being said, I love you all so much. I know this was a very abrupt live, and you know, it was something that I wasn't really planning to do, but I was just like listening to this song, and I just wanted to maybe tune in and, you know, give you guys some information and also get you hyped up for the album. And I love you all so much, and again, Happy New Year's. Hope this year works out for the best. And if not, you know, it's okay. We still have plenty of years to go. So I know that sounds too persuasive or encouraging, but I love you all. As I said, album's coming. Be ready to launch the shit into space, and I love you all so much. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.